Well, welcome to this commentary test route. This is an actual test route in Kettering. Please like and subscribe and press the notification as well for more videos which I upload on a regular basis. Now, we are at Kettering. We're driving down here, as you saw, Orion Way. All driving testers will come down here. Be very careful of this corner. It's sharp, and you saw there's lorries there. It's an industrial estate, so if anything comes around with a trailer, it's going to swing out. So take your time going around that corner, leaving the test centre and coming back as well. Good opportunity here to be pulling up on the left hand side, which we're doing here. 5 times you'll be pulling up on the left hand side. 3 will be your choice. Pull over where it's safe to do so, and 2 others one will be on a hill, 1 will be from behind a car, and that will be the examiner's choice. So moving off here, obviously you've checked our mirrors, checked our blind spots, and we're following the road. Now, we were quite close to that roundabout, so the examiners say at the roundabout you will be following the road ahead, second exit. What you're doing here, you could be going third exit right to Pytchley, which is straight into a rural route. So up to this roundabout here, Tesco's Extra is on the right, very busy shop. It's quite tight here, and cars can come around past you in the right lane and the left lane of the roundabout, so be very careful. Don't rush in here. We're taking the third exit. You could be taking the first exit into town. You could go down that second one if you're going to do a manoeuvre in the pub north of Ford Bay Park. And we're coming up here, this is the A509, we're following the road. And we're following the road up to this roundabout. 2 options here, you're taking the second exit and going up to the A14 junction line, or doing what we're doing here, we're taking the first exit left and going into this little industrial park, little detour around here to approach junction 9 from a slightly different angle. So it's first exit left. The Odeon's on the right. It's quite a tight line of sight to the right there, so do take your time. We are still on a dual carriageway here. Now, a couple of people get confused here because the instruction is going to be at the roundabout, take the third exit right, and of course you need to come across to the right hand side. Sometimes students take it from the left hand side, confusing it, but of course it's 2 lanes leading into this roundabout. Seems obvious when you watch it here, but with nerves and you've just started your test, remember, strange things can happen. So third exit right. One thing about this roundabout, do make sure you turn your indicator off because of the shape of it. Sometimes your indicator will stay on because there's a left turn here, and if your left indicator is still on now, you're going to get marked down for that. So it's quite a good opportunity to pull on the left hand side here to see a hill start or an incline start. If not, you'd be asked to turn right into this road called Burton. Now, sat-nav will probably be your independent driver at this moment. We're going to go first exit left, but you may go 4th exit right down the A14. Sat-nav will say straight on, and exam will say no, it's 4th exit right. But we're turning first exit left onto the A14, heading eastbound. Now, this is very busy around here. You've got stuff coming off the A14, cars coming out from Orlingbury, and all the traffic coming out of Kettering. So you've got 3 cars will be approaching from about 3 different places. Be patient, but if you dawdle here, you have to take your opportunity. If you go off slowly, you will be caught out. The cars will catch you up, and you've stopped people unnecessarily. So junction 9 onto the A14, eastbound we go. Sort of medium length slip road here. Matching up, look at the speed, look for the opportunity. It opens about now. Make sure you have had good observations down the right hand side. Make sure it's okay to come out. And the examiner will probably say, we're not going very far. Now, that's their coded way of saying don't bother overtaking because we're only about 3/4 of a mile to junction 10 where we'll be coming off. And if you're on the sat-nav, look at the sat-nav because it'll say your next junction is junction 10. If you're following board signs, you'll be asked to follow the board signs to Bedford. So let's carry on here. It doesn't take long to get down here. You can see the planning boards already coming up on the left hand side. So just keep up with the traffic, and we're coming off here and we're following the signs to Bedford. Now this slip road will turn into 3 lanes, left, middle and right. The left lanes are going back into Kettering, and that's a test route if you're following it down to Walkton or through to Burton, Latimer, a different way. And then you've got 2 lanes goes around the roundabout, and you can take either one to go third exit right. So you can take the middle lane or the right lane. I'll show you what it means. So we signalled, we've come off here, we're onto the slip road, get rid of your indicator, following the traffic. Now I prefer, and this is personal choice, I prefer to go third exit right from the left lane, and I'll explain why. My students come to the right hand side. This is not a problem. It really is not a problem. If you look at the road markers, you look at the signs, both lanes are doing the same thing. Now this is controlled by traffic lights here, so it's important that you do move on green, because if you stall and move away in the green and cars are coming down, they're going to expect you to be moving off. That could be quite dangerous, so really make sure we're controlling the car nicely. And we picked a lane, we're staying in this lane. You could be in the left lane as well. Now we will be going to Burton, Latimer, because at the second roundabout it is second exit right, and that's fine. The problem is the road markings here are really poor, and you'll probably see here that cars will cut across your lane. To see how that car's cut into your lane, so you've got to be really careful of cars coming around from the left and cutting in front of you. I don't like that. I prefer to be on the left and then come across the right hand side at this point. We are now on the A6 and we're going to be taking the second exit right, and you'll see that the left two lanes are for going round, that two lanes round together, and we're taking the third exit, second exit right, looking across, signalling left, coming off here. The third exit's McDonald's. You're not getting a Big Mac on test day, so don't worry about that. On to Kettering Road we go. We come up to this roundabout here, and be very careful here. Notice the change of speed sign. It goes down to 30 miles an hour. It's very easy to miss that because we're turning left first exit, and it looks like a country road. It's not. It's well, it is, but it's 30 miles an hour. It's very easy to miss that and come bowling off and go over 30 miles an hour. There's a couple of repeaters later on, but it's a little bit late down there. Now, so 30 miles an hour, it will feel slow because it's quite a big open road. Good opportunity of pulling up the left-hand side. What we're doing, so pull over the left-hand side where it's safe to do so. That is what we've done. And move off. Drive on when you're ready. So looking around, remember those blind spot checks over your shoulder as you move off. So we're coming down this road, and we're heading into Burton, Latimer, and leading up to a little mini roundabout, and we're going to be going straight over. So it's first exit, follow the road. Notice the instructions, first exit, follow the road, rather than first exit left. So listen to the instruction. If it's first exit left, you put an indicator on. If it's first exit and follow the road. On the approach, you wouldn't be putting an indicator on. So listen to the exam also to kind of help you there. We don't signal off mini roundabouts because it's so small, people know what you're doing on the approach. Following the road down here. Now you've got to be a little bit careful here. It's quite a wide road, and there's cars always parked up on the left hand side. You have to leave enough space from your road position so a car can come the other way and past you. So if you're actually in your lane to the right, you'd stop a car come through. See what we've done there? We've pulled over to the left. We're taking the second exit, following the road. Slowed, weren't so sure that car was doing all that one, so we just held it back there and noticed the change of speed, 20 miles an hour onto the High Street and Burton Latimer. Again, if you miss those 20 miles an hour, not so much at this end because it's a little bit more congested with cars parked up, squeezing through, but at this point it kind of opens up a little bit. 20 will feel slow at this point, so be very careful of your speed, and if you haven't picked up on 20, you're probably going 25, 26 because it feels like a good speed for the type of road you're on. Yes, it is, but you're above the legal speed limit of 20, you will fail for use of speed. Through the traffic lights, so just be careful of people looking like they're going to cross. A few tight restrictions here, careful of people coming up the Sainsbury's on the left or crossing the road, and cars pulling out from the right hand side. So we come down here and we're going out of the High Street, and we'll be taking the second exit right at the roundabout. Obviously mirrors and signal, and you'll notice the road has gone back to 30 miles an hour. Nice big roundabout there, nice and open. A little bit restricted around here, so just be a little bit careful. Judge whether you can get two cars through, or just yourself or someone else. It could be a bigger vehicle, you're probably not going to get two through. Coming along here, again, another opportunity to pull over the left-hand side and move off. So we're just going to be following this road ahead. Again, it's 30 miles an hour. There's a few driveways to watch out for, a couple of restricted junctions there on the left, then on the right as well. So it's not too much here. We just go through at 30 miles an hour. Look, we have to pull over the left-hand side, away from the junctions, no problem at all, and move on when we're ready. So let's pull over number 3. We'll be doing 5 of these, or you will be on your driving test, just following the road down, and just make sure you're checking those blind spots whenever you are moving off from the side of the road. So a bit of a lorry through there, they're going to hold back, we come through with confidence, and we're going to go at the end of this road, out of Burton Latimer, at the roundabout, first exit left. Don't put your indicator on too early because you've got a junction on the left, so we're just going to follow the road around, onto the roundabout, and onto Station Road, I believe it's called. Now, there's 40 miles an hour there, so need a mirror check centre and right to make sure it's okay to accelerate. Quite a lumpy, bumpy road this, and there's a couple of industrial places on the right you'll see there, so you can get some lorries come down here. Just be a little bit cautious. And it's 40 miles an hour. It used to be national speed limit down here once they put it on, which was a crazy speed. So they restricted it to 40. It's a bit more realistic. The road's not the best. You see all these potholes with the cars all bumping around there. And we're going to come down here. Now be careful here. We're following the road, remember, but it bears round to the right. Look at the sign there. Lots of slows in the road. Lots of reflectors, chevrons. Very sharp. Bring your speed down accordingly. And also be careful of the junction of anyone turning right who's rushing it a bit. So Findon Station Road, as we've just turned onto that, or it's become this road, following it round, just making sure you can stop in the distance you can see ahead. The slow here is for a little industrial park on the left. We have got a bridge coming up as well, so it's a little bit restrictive down there, so just be careful of the industrial park on the left. Got slow again for the brow of the bridge, so just hold off the speed a little bit until you can see over it, and away we go, and we go to the end of this road, and we will be turning left. So just going to skip over this bit. It's just a straight road down to the main road that takes it from Kettering through to Wellingborough. Now this is a 60 mile an hour road down here, so again you've got to get moving, take your opportunity, and don't hold back on the gas. Get the car accelerating, get it up to speed as quickly as you can. You won't do yourself any favours if you do dawdling off and don't get up to speed. Acceleration is key here. So we're moving on, we've got ourselves up to speed. Road bends round. It's the big 509 Kettering Road, 60 miles an hour, but we will be turning right, and just see it around this corner. Just go to match the speed of the traffic up to the speed limit. You'll see a planning board around here, and we will be turning right, just holding it back for these cars here, just braking a bit. So you see the sign, and it's right turn, and we're going to Lt Harrowden. Now this has caught a few people out. Look at the bollard, look where you are turning in. Don't confuse the two kind of exits. It's quite a wide exit coming out, and people have turned right off that bollard. We've got to turn left. It sounds very obvious, and when you're watching it, they're going, how on earth do people get that confused? It's test day, strange things happen, so you're looking for the single lines to turn in, not the double lines, which is yours to give way and turn out if you come the other way. Only 40 miles an hour this road. It's a big road. You could be going faster than 40 and still feel safe. If you don't pick up on that 40 or the repeater, you'll be picking up faults, probably serious faults if you're braking. Well, it will be a serious fault if you're substantially over the speed limit there. Well, not even that substantially, quite frankly. So look out for the metalwork. Keep an eye on it. Only 40 miles an hour. Now the road bears round to the left up here, and we go into Lt Harrowden. So we're at least halfway through the driving test now. And nice little semi-rural road, I think we'll call it. Just bears round to the left, and we're coming into the village here. And change of speed will be coming up. You can, even before we see those signs, you've seen the houses, it's going to be a change of speed. Make sure you have slowed down, done your gear change before the 30 in good time. And be careful what you're rushing into here. It's very congested, this village, lots of things parked up both sides, so you just have to do the art of meeting and passing, anticipating, planning, working who's coming through, communicating with other road users onto Main Street, and we communicate using our indicators, our road position, and our speed of approach. So make sure we all understand each other. Through we go here. Nice little village. Just take your time. We've already shown you can make good progress on the road up on the 509. Got up to 60 miles an hour. This is not a time to show how fast you go. This is a time to show your skills of observations and your skills of anticipation. So you're just working your way through here. You could be asked to pull up on the left and move off again. You could, if the car presents itself, it could be a parallel park time. We're just judging where we can get two vehicles through. Yes, we can. So you could be asked to pull in behind here, which we are doing. I notice this is a drop curb. If you're asked to do a parallel park with drop curbs, just be very careful you don't mount the pavement. So there we go, just moving off around the car. That's my what's called a restricted view move off, or moving off from around the car. Up to the roundabout, we're taking third exit right. We're going to be heading to Orlingbury, and come the last stages of the test, making an approach back to the test centre via a couple of villages and some rural driving. So we've had a little bit of dual carriageway, we've had a little bit of town centre, village centre, high street. We haven't done a manoeuvre yet, and if you come down here, this is the perfect opportunity. We'll be asked to pull over on the right hand side to do the right reverse. Now, the video doesn't make it look very hilly, but it's quite steep here, so a lot of clutch control. So reverse backwards, 2 car lengths, staying reasonably close to the curb. Make sure you're moving back, you're looking over your blind spots, left and right through the whole of the manoeuvre. Don't worry about drop curbs, you'll be told as well. So just a little reverse backwards, take your time, have a breather. All you're doing is moving the car backwards for about a couple of car lengths, stop when you think you're at 2 car lengths, or the examiner might say that will do you, as long as it's under control and under observations. Move off when you're ready. So we're looking over, checking that left blind spot as you're coming across. That's the lifesaver check over that left shoulder, and rejoin the traffic and following it down. Still 30 miles an hour. Now it finishes the village here. It's only a short little journey. This car's just pulled over the left, so it just held back there, signalled their intention, went round onto national speed limit here out of Lt Harrowden, and this is one of the shortest 60-mile national speed limit zones you'll get. You just get up to speed, and it's time to slow it down just around this corner for the next village, which is Orlingbury. So you can get a move on if you want to, but all that happens is slow. We're back to 30 miles an hour. What's the point of that national speed? I don't know. It's there, so we make a bit of progress. Quite tight through here, so watch out for oncoming vehicles. Maybe agricultural stuff might be on your side of the road just a bit. Tractors pulling anything, trailers. You can see that's just a small van. It's quite restricted down here, so just following this learner. Harrowden Road into Orlingbury. You notice that left turn there, it's quite restricted around the corner. LED sign says we're fine, we're doing 24-25. Be careful around here, it's quite don't rush. I don't think 30 is really an appropriate speed through here, but at the end of the day, you're using your own judgment and reading the road, and you choose the speed that's appropriate for what you see ahead and the road conditions as well. So following it round, and we're going to bear round to the right. We're staying on the road as this white car is doing. Very tight round here, and it's quite steep. We'll probably drop it to second gear to get up the hill here. And if you're coming the other way, if anything big in the car will be on your side of the road, so just make sure you look ahead and anticipate what is coming and plan ahead. Now this is a place where they pull over on the left hand side to move off from around a car, and we've already done a pull in Lt Harrowden. We did that already, so I won't do it again. Just hold back. There's a bit of a brow of a hill there, so make sure you slow until it's absolutely sure to come out, checking your right side as well. Pytchley Road, it becomes national speed limit. Check your mirrors, centre and right, make sure it's okay to accelerate. That's the sort of road where someone behind will see learner plates and think, I'm going to overtake him. We're coming down here. The road is not the best quality. It's quite shiny, so when it's wet, it's quite a slippy road. And you can see from the left there, the conditions not the best. We're turning right. For some reason, there is no triangle warning sign to turn right, so the examiner will say just further up there, you can see the hedge lines where we're turning in, and the planning board to Pytchley is kind of marks it off here. Be very careful on this. A lot of people cut this corner because they're coming too fast. And you can also see, for some reason, there's quite a lot of gravel on this road here, making sure you're turning into the road. And as a consequence, if you're coming the other way at the beginning of your driving test, just be careful as you approach that junction. You don't come in too fast because cars do cut the corner there. So we're following this other learner here, and we're heading to a nice little village of Pytchley. We're nearly towards the end of a test. It's quite windy. It's quite bendy, this road. Again, road conditions aren't the best. Just holding back from the car in front. As you can see, cars come around quite quickly. You get not much chance to see cars come around, so we just drive to the conditions of the road. And this goes downhill here, around to quite a sharp little corner, so I would be holding back the speed a little bit, making sure you can see around the corner. Looking across the corner, you might be able to see vehicles coming, the roofs. Depends what the hedges are doing. A bit later on in spring and summer, you'll get a lot of growth on this, so what is an appropriate speed in the winter is not an appropriate speed in the summer if the hedges haven't been kept under control. So we're just following the car here, and again, just making sure you can stop in the distance you can see ahead, looking all around, looking out for maybe horse riders beyond here, cyclists and other vulnerable road users. You see the conditions on the left there, loads of little potholes, really quite annoying if your car goes down those. Following this car, And we've got one last challenge coming to Pytchley. It's quite a small, compact little village, and it has a nasty junction on a place called Stringer's Hill, where it's a really steep. It won't look that steep on this video, but believe me, it's quite steep. Left, right turn, a lot of clutch controls needed. So here we do. We're coming off this national speed limit into the village. Make sure you get your speed down, get your gear before we enter. Checking your mirrors, so it's a change of speed. And be careful here. Yes, it is our priority on the left. However, you've got to present yourself to other road users at a speed that people can deal with you. Those cars just held back in front. And you can see the red cars come through. They came through a little bit fast, and as you can see, as a consequence, they sort of dived into that space, so they made it a little bit awkward to come out the other side. So basically, they were going too fast. They're driving at a physical speed, or the legal speed of the road, but not if a car came the other way, like the car in front. So really, you're looking to drive at that, what I call the what-if speed. You're driving at a speed for a hazard that could reasonably happen. We're following this road. You can do a pullover on the right-hand side, just at the bottom here. You can also do an inclined start on the left. You can also be asked to do a parallel park on this hill, but it all depends on what cars are presented to you on your driving test. So we're coming down here. At the end of the road, turn left, then take the immediate right. Now, it's pretty much a staggered junction. Now, the thing is, you have to turn left and turn right and get off the road before a car from the right catches up with you. So almost like treat it like one junction. You see the cars coming down there. So if you turned left and stopped that car before you turned right, you have unnecessarily held back that car. That would be a fault. So we're out on here. We're on nice little bit of clutch control. Stringer's Hill. Turning left. Take your time. Signalling turning right. Quite a lot going on there, and that was very nicely done. Warning sign hidden a bit there. Very tight corner here. Again, anything larger than the car might be on your side of the road, so almost like treat this like a single track road round here. Make sure you're holding back. See how quickly that car came? It's only a little car. So following this learner still. Becomes Kettering Road, which it turns into. And just be careful around this corner. Now, the national speed limit sign is quite a way out of this village. This is Pytchley, just coming out of it back towards the test centre, and you can see it's still 30 miles an hour, still 30 miles an hour until the national speed limit sign. That is right up here. It's very easy, if you're not aware of that, to put your foot down and accelerate up to the national speed limit sign. That would be classed as a serious fault if you put too much speed over that 30. It's very easily done. Again, they've put it right out the national speed limit, because if you come from the other way, it's 30. They want to slow cars down a little bit early just to make sure they have slowed down. So we're following this road here. It's a bit more open, so we expect a little bit more speed. Again, just easing back for the corners, but just always drive so you can stop in the distance you can see ahead, and again allowing for reasonably foreseeable hazards. So there could be some walkers up here. There's no pavements, of course, so there could be people in the road. Just be careful looking up there. Road conditions not the best here. If you need to come a bit to the right to miss the potholes and the nasty side on the left hand side, it's not a problem if you slightly come across. Just make sure you're checking your mirrors, but make sure you're coming back well in time before the corners, because you've got to be on your side of the road as your restriction does get reduced. Now we're going around the corner here, not long to go. We've got a golf club on the right, Pytchley Golf Club on the right. It's quite restricted, so cars could be pulling out, moving in here, so just exercise a little bit of caution here. A couple of businesses as well where lorries turn in. Following the road down, so that's Pytchley Golf Club on the right. Now you've got this funny little curb here that juts out just a little bit. You'll see it in a second there. That is kind of just starts and juts out. Just be careful of that curb. Following the road down, we're nearly home, back at the test centre, down to this roundabout. We'll be going first exit left. Over the A14. Now this does run down to this roundabout here, so just be careful. You need a little bit of extra braking. It's quite easy to rush in to this roundabout and come in too fast and present yourself too quickly to the cars coming around from the right. So slow it down. Notice the 30, checking our mirrors centre right as we slow down for that change of speed. Holding it back, looking to the right. Follow the road round. We're back in Orion Way, and that is pretty much your test route. So there we go. It's a bit of everything there. Nice little test route. One last little hurrah here. Might be asked to pull over the left-hand side if you haven't done enough pullovers and moving offs yet. Be careful. Do you remember this corner? Be really slow it right down. No more 10 miles an hour, because cars can be parked right up to the double yellows on both sides there. You don't want one last surprise right at the end of your driving test. You wouldn't feel very good about things if you mucked it up there. So there we go. That's the test route, typical test route of Kettering there. Hope you enjoy that. Hope you find it useful. Please like and subscribe. Press that notification bell. We're putting videos on all the time. And thanks for watching.